We've got something in the box. One of our grandkids named
Treasure chest.
Toby, yes, in the
Yes,
treasure chest, has asked for more experiments. So, Coconuts has given us an experiment in the box. But before we look in the box, Opa has a verse for us.
I know, there's great connection here. I love this part. This is in Genesis chapter 1. That's the first chapter in the Bible. And it says this, pretty well this, that God made people and put people in charge of fish, birds, and animals. Isn't that interesting? Because, hey Oma, what do you notice? Fish, birds, and animals.
Water, air, and land.
Exactly, and that's everything on earth. Water, air, and land.
So God put people in charge or responsible for the world.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's the start of science, because God didn't tell people everything there was to know about the world. He wants us to find out some things for ourselves. I think the first science thing was when Adam named all the animals in the garden.
Hey, do you know the difference between science and engineering?
I don't. What's the difference between science and engineering?
Well, engineers take science and make it useful.
And what do scientists do?
They just figure things out.
Well, today we're going to be scientists and not engineers.
Let's figure something out.
We're going to figure some things out.
Yeah.
Now,
exactly.
We've got some things in here. We've got a bottle. And we've got another bottle.
No,
A bowl. Some hard-boiled eggs. So you have to know those are hard-boiled. And what else?
Matches.
We've got our egg, which goes on the bottle. And it doesn't fit in there. You see, it doesn't fit. Now, what we did do, I will say, is if you do this at home, and because you're lighting matches, you'll need Mom and Dad to help, we put a little oil around that bottle. But we think something interesting and scientific will happen when we add some fire to this equation. Now Opa's going to drop it in the bottle.
Okay.
There it goes.
Oh, it just dropped into the bottle.
It just dropped in.
So
there we have it.
What do you think happened there?
Well, I have my theory that it was a vacuum.
I'm thinking because the air was cold and then we made it warm, the air got bigger, and then when the egg went on, the air shrunk, and that shrinking of the air as it was cooling pulled the egg into the bottle.
So you're saying when the air cooled down after the match went out, it got smaller.
The cooling air got smaller.
We just read how God has put us in charge of the earth, and we get to explore it. So you can go and ask Mom or Dad or check it out somewhere. What do you think is the correct approach to this? We're not the first ones to do this experiment. So I'm sure you can find somebody else who can tell you what the real explanation is for how come the egg went in the bottle when we put matches inside first.